Immediately go wherever there is good protection for the cows and brahmanas, and wherever the Vedas are studied in terms of the Varnashrama principles. Set fire to those places and cut from the roots the trees there, which are the source of life. This is the translation. Immediately go wherever there is good protection for the cows and brahmanas, and wherever the Vedas are studied in terms of the Varnashrama principles. Set fire to those places and cut from the roots the trees there, which are the source of life. The picture of a proper human civilization is indirectly described here. In a perfect human civilization, there must be a class of men fully trained as perfect brahmanas. Similarly, there must be kshatriyas to rule the country very nicely according to the injunctions of the Shastras, and there must be Vaishyas who can protect the cows. The word Kava indicates that cows should be given protection. Because the Vedic civilization is lost, cows are not protected, but instead indiscriminately killed in slaughterhouses. Such are the acts of demons. Therefore, this is a demoniac civilization. The Varnashrama dharma mentioned here is essential for human civilization. Unless there is a brahmana to guide, a kshatriya to rule perfectly, and a perfect Vaishya to produce food and protect the cows, how will people live peacefully? It is impossible. Another point is that trees also should be given protection. During its lifetime, a tree should not be cut for industrial enterprises. In Kali Yuga, trees are indiscriminately and unnecessarily cut for industry, in particular for paper mills, and manufacture a profuse quantity of paper for the publication of demonic propaganda, nonsensical literature, huge quantities of newspapers and many other paper products. This is a sign of a demoniac civilization. The cutting of trees is prohibited unless necessary for the service of Lord Vishnu. Yagnarthan karma yatra lokohi karma bandhana. Work done as a sacrifice for Lord Vishnu must be performed. Otherwise, work binds one to this material world. But the paper mills stop producing paper. One may argue, how can our ISKCON literature be published? The answer is that the paper mills should manufacture paper only for the publication of ISKCON literature. Because ISKCON literature is published for the service of Lord Vishnu. This literature clarifies our relationship to Lord Vishnu, and therefore the publication of ISKCON literature is the performance of yajna. Yajnatan karma yatra lokohi karma bandhana. Yajna must be performed as indicated by the superior authorities. The cutting of trees is simply to manufacture paper for the publication of unwanted literature is the greatest sinful act. Thus ends the work of the Bhagavatam and translation to Canto 7, chapter 2, text 12 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Ajnana
कृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निरामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे.
This is a very revealing verse from the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, wherein Narada is described to Yudhishthira Maharaj about the demoniac tendencies, very dangerous tendencies which the demonic people have. To the extent here we see that there is a direct order of instruction by Hiranyakashipu, who was the king of the demons. To this effect, what is that? Yatra yatra dvijatavo veda varnashtamat kriyaha. Yatra yatra, wherever there are dvija, the brahmanas, gavaha, the protection of the cows going on, veda varnashtamat kriyaha, and wherever Vedic religion or the Varnashma Dharma in particular is being practiced and adhered strictly, come to those places, including Janapada, the cities and towns. Yeah, you should go immediately, don't delay. For what? Sandipayata Prishishata. Sandipayata, for setting fire to all the cities and towns where there is co-protection going on, brahmanas are well taken care of, and the Vedic principles are strictly followed. All those people's homes and towns and cities won't set fire. Furthermore, Vrishchika, cut off all the trees, useful trees especially, fruit bearing, flower bearing, and such kind of useful trees, please cut off them from their very roots, including the plants, which are the source of life. So these are the plants which the demons are doing. Just like you all got up in the morning, Sunday early morning, nice time to sleep, but you got up and then you came to the temple, you have planned so much to come so far, to come and attend Krishna Balaram's Arati, and hear something about the glorious activities of the Lord. So this is what is your planning for the Sunday, isn't it? And then some prashadam will be there, some little service will be doing in the temple. So the demons, when they wake up in the morning, what they will do? Their planning is this. This is what they've been planning. So I should go to this house, knock off that fellow's head, and go to this man, and then put a PIL on him, and then go to the lawyer and put one more case on another person. And then how to encroach another's property, how to do it in a very fitting way, and get all legal documents adjusted to that. So you can see that very, very demonic. How to kill the brahmanas, kill the cows. If there is any development and growth, arrest it, kill it. when they get up, they will do. That is why if you see interestingly, the mother of all these asuras, what is her name? Anybody? The mother of all the asuras, the demonic population, she is Diti. Kashyapa Muni had two wives, Aditi and Diti. Aditi was the mother of all the demigods, the devotees. It's the origin of creation I'm talking about, which is referred to in Bhagavatam. The mother of all the asuras, demons, is actually Diti. So, this Diti, she didn't give birth to this notorious children of hers, wherein Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha for 100 years she bore their embryos in her stomach. She didn't give birth because she knew these are real great demons. My sons are going to be notorious. So she didn't give birth. After 100 years she gave birth. Anyway, they have to come. There's a master plan of the Lord. You can just imagine. Because she could sense these demons are going to create universal disturbance. You have never been create problem to you only. Isn't it? There's a neighbor's problem, there's a street, some problem is there. Sometimes in the town some problem is there. So they shift from this town to another town because full totally problem. Wherever you go, problem is there. Everybody knows something, so better leave this place, go to another town or another state only. From Dakshin Bharat to Uttar Bharat because nobody will know it. All these kind of things people do, isn't it? Sometimes one comes to another country, they shift off. No problem. Difficult. So there are people who can create according to his capacity. Problem to an individual, problem to a family, problem to a street, to an area, to a city, to a district, to a state, to a country. There are different kind of notorious persons based on their capacity. And there are demons of this nature like Hiranyakashipu, Ravana. They can create universal disturbance to the 14 planetary systems. You can just hardly imagine. In contrast, there are people who can do good to one person, two persons, 5 persons, one family, one city, one district, one state. And we have a person like Narada Muni who can create beneficial activities for the entire universe. In fact, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's a very nice description, amazing description. Every devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can deliver one Brahmanda of Chivas. So that is the capacity of the devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In fact, it is recounted elsewhere that if you see, this is in the chapter Adi Leela, Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, chapter called Lord Chaitanya in 5 Features. It's an amazing chapter, you all must read Chaitanya Charitamrita. Of course, finish Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita before that, so they can enjoy the nectar properly. But you can't hope to miss this, reading this literature called Chaitanya Charitamrita. And this chapter called Lord Chaitanya is an amazing chapter. So in one of the shlokas, it is described, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by taking assistance of his associates, namely the Panchatattva. We see that picture there, last picture before, one but the last picture. That is the temple of Panchatattva. So with the help of Nityananda Prabhu and others, Lord Chaitanya delivered the meat eaters, the Mlecchas, the Devanas. In fact, Lord Nityananda took a lot of trouble to deliver one pair of Jagai and Madana. There was only one pair, one Jagai and one Madana. A lot of trouble he took. We know that you might have heard of accident. Great casualties took place to deliver this one pair of Jagai and Madana. Sinful people, meat eaters, Mlecchas. Prabhupada says in that one quote, today, by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all over the world we are delivering Mleccha, who is a Yaman? Anybody knows? The specific definition. Who is defined as a Mleccha and who is a Yaman? Mleccha means meat eaters, as I described. Eat all kinds of abhorrent food stuff. And Yavana means one who does not follow the Vedic culture. He is called a Yavana. And Prabhupada delivered all of these souls to Lord's feet of Krishna. So it is described there in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Shakti Vinanahe Tara Pravartana. Unless one is personally empowered by the Supreme Lord Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you can't deliver the Mleccha. Especially Vedita, you can't deliver him, you can't convert him. It is impossible, next to impossibility. To make one Mleccha devotee, if you can do, your life is successful. One deity, if you can tell him to become a devotee, your life is successful. Is it not intended that his whole life one parent delivered? Of course, it is just a reference. And because of Lord Nityananda Chaitanya's empowerment, Prabhupada would deliver beings. So, these demonic persons, they're always planning how to harm everybody. And the devotees of the Lord are always planning how to deliver the people from a troublesome life. You see here, the Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter, it is entitled The Divine and Demonic Natures. It's a very interesting verse described by Lord Krishna himself about the demons' day-to-day planning. So the demon got up today morning and he took up his notebook and is planning. The demonic person thinks, Idamantya maya labdham, so much wealth do I have today. And imam prapsya manoratham, I will gain more according to my schemes. I am starting a new business and one more scheme I have started. He is planning more schemes. That's fine. But see the danger later part. So much is mine now, it will increase in the future more and more. He is my enemy and I have killed him. And my other enemy also will be killed day after tomorrow. I am the Lord of everything. I am the enjoyer. I am perfect, powerful and happy. I am the richest man in this world. Surrounded by aristocratic relatives, not beggars. There is none so powerful and happy as I am. I am the happiest in the world. I shall perform sacrifices. I shall give charity to these poor beggar brahmanas and Vaishnavas. And thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance. Iti ajnana vimokta. So they are trying to increase their wealth, increasing their schemes, and increasing their enemies, increasing their killing. So this is how the demons are working. That is why the demons also have a lot of intelligence. You require intelligence to work. But it is misused or intelligence which is being abused by the demons. So, that kind of intelligence is not very useful. Rather, intelligence must be used how to create beneficial work to oneself and to others. Nate swarthagatami vishnu durashaya bahirartamana. So, Prabhupada said that one should consider what is one's real welfare. Actually, our real welfare is in Vishnu, satisfying Vishnu. Then, you are actually benefiting yourself. Otherwise, you are harming yourself. So, Prabhupada is saying here that the proper picture of a proper human civilization is indirectly described here. In other words, unless Brahmanas are protected, there is protection of cows, there is protection of Vedas and the Varnashrama principles, there is no hope. There is only misery in life. This is what Prabhupada is saying. So indirect indication in this verse. There is another peculiar nature of these Asuri people or demons. You can't imagine that. This peculiar nature is described in the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam in reference to Lord Shiva drinking the poison which arose from the churning of the ocean just before the nectar came. And the beginning of the chapter, it is described by Shukadeva Goswami and even Sutta Goswami that when the Mandhana mountain was placed in the middle of the ocean, and then there was a vasiki which was used as a churning rope, and of course we know Lord Nirma to support that Mandhana mountain, to act as a pivot, then the churning began. The demons, the asuras, they were first to the side of the tail of the Vasuki, and the demigods, the devatas were catching the side of the mouth portion of the Vasuki or the snake. Actually, there was Lord Aniruddha was there, and he appeared, and then he caught hold of the mouth of Vasuki. And whatever the Lord does, the devotees follow. That is the trend, that is the system, that is the culture. What the Lord does or instructs, the devotees follow. So the Lord went to the side of the mouth side of Vasuki, so all the demigods went there and they were holding the front portion of the snake. The demons were all holding the tail portion of the snake. Suddenly, one intelligent demon woke up to reality. Woke up to reality. What is that? Oh! It's very humiliating because we have been given the tail portion. So you think we are anything less than the demigods? We are no less than them. We want the head portion. You come decide, we will go that side. Anyway, the Lord was looking at the demons and smiled. He paused for a while. There is no sign of changing the demon's decision. Lord agreed. Okay, so Lord came this side and the demigods followed. They got the tail portion and the demons got the head portion. Keep it hooray! Now we are on it. Now we are great. And you have got the tail portion. So your portion is humiliating. Actually, these demons have no brain substance. They are really idiots. True to their position, they are less intelligent, Muratmas. Because the head portion, the poison is being emitted by the snake. Deva Vishnu thought, if I am there, it will be better. And the demons will be safe for the tail portion. But this notorious demon thought, no. He didn't have that kind of analysis, depth of understanding. He is only thinking head versus tail. Kya bada, kya chota. Which is big, which is small. Which is important, which is not important. Both. Head is important. Tail is less important. So let us go this side. So these are the demons think. Prabhupada basically explains the purpose of continuing this idea. If the demons, if the demigods would have at the first hand got the tail portion, then these asuras would say, oh, you think you are very humble and very submissive? Very simple devotee, and we are very arrogant and, you go to the head portion, we'll go to the tail portion. These are the demon things. Head means tail, tail means head. So Prabhupada interestingly further explains in the purport that if the demigods would have decided to drink poison, actually they didn't want to drink poison, they want to drink nectar. That's the whole deal here. And give the poison to them. Of course, the poison was coming, they invited Lord Shiva to take that because he was the only capable person in this universe. So they want to take the nectar but not give it to the demons. As far as the poison is concerned, the devotees don't harm anybody. So they called upon Lord Shiva to help them to drink and consume the whole poison. So Prabhupada says in the purport, if the demigods would have decided instead of drinking nectar, let us drink poison, the demons would have said, you think we are any less strong than you? Our body is built up to take all the poison. So they will also drink the poison. And they would not mind dying if the demigods would have decided to drink poison. We will also drink poison and die. You can do, you think we can't do this? Some demons' brain works. They're really less intelligent. So it is very sad and unfortunate that this kind of mentality is developed by the jiva. So here Hiranyakashipu is ordering, please go and set fire to the brahmanas' houses, to the cow sheds, everywhere. Where there is Vedic chanting going on, please destroy all of them. Elsewhere, the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj very nicely describes an instance. In the purport, Prabhupada brings out very interesting points. I will just try to refer the purport here. Why the demons are afraid of the brahmanas, the cows, the Vedas, and the devotees? Why are they afraid? Primarily, fundamentally, why are they afraid? Anybody knows? There's a fundamental reason why the demons are afraid of the devotees, or the asuras are afraid of the sura, or the devotee, or the demigods.
They are protected by Vishnu.
They're afraid that their sense gratification will be threatened. This is the fundamental reason why the asuras are afraid of the devotees. Their sense gratification will be threatened. Will be lost. To make it more simple, Prabhupada gave a nice example. When the devotees flourish or the demigods flourish, then what will happen? First of all, we will ban all the meat shops, all the liquor shops, then all the gambling houses, and all the prostitution houses. The first thing is we will ban all those. So Prabhupada says, if we do that, the demons all will die. All the demons will die. Just like yesterday I was telling you, see, you require food and water. If you don't supply, you will die now. So the demons, we don't give meat, we don't give liquor, and don't give gambling for recreation, and some illicit activities. They will die out of starvation of not food and sufficient clothing and fresh air, out of starvation of sense gratification. They will starve to death. Therefore, they will never ever allow the devotees to flourish. Therefore, the devotees of the Krishna conscious movement should never expect any peaceful life in this world. In executing their Krishna conscious sevas to their lordships. Even if it is seva to their lordships, you can't expect any peace. They will continuously harass the devotees. You see the harassment going on? Beginning of creation is going on. Of course, in Satyuga, it was one-time event. It happened. by one Hiranyakashipu, Kali Yuga is even more dangerous. Everybody is disturbing the Krishna conscious movement and its progress. You don't mention, but it is a fact that some of the highly placed government officials or politicians, at one point they wanted to stop liquor license. So very soon they renewed the liquor license. What is it? They stopped the liquor license. Very soon, in 6 months to 8 months time, again they renewed the liquor license. And the highly placed political persons say, what to do? It's a requirement by the people. Now, if the demons think that this is a requirement, is it actually a requirement? Let's analyze. They think that meat eating, liquor, this is a requirement. That's not a requirement. You don't die without these things. Prabhupada says, you can derive all the needs of your life in two ways. One is in a demoniac way, one is in a divine way. No doubt we have needs in our life. As far as the body is concerned, we have some needs. But they can be acquired in two ways. One is in a divine way, the other is in a demoniac way. So the demigods or the devotees always try to acquire the life's needs in a divine way. And the asuras, they try to acquire the same needs in a demoniac way. This is the difference between devotee and a non-devotee. Because before we get into that analysis, first of all, who is a devotee and who is a non-devotee? Who is a sura and who is an asura? That let's define before going forward. Again, it is defined in the Bhagavatam 6th canto by Yamaraj to the Yamadutas. Who is a demigod and who is a demon? So he says very nicely, very crisp way. Just one line definition. Finish it. This is Shastra. What is it? Whatever is spoken is perfectly spoken, perfectly said, perfectly pronounced. That is Shastra. And crisply spoken. Now that you go on dragging, take it for 1 hour and finally tell 1 point. After 1 hour, only 1 point came. That is not Shastra. Shastra means in one word you communicate millions. That is Shastra. Just like the Vedanta Sutra. It's called Sutra, codes of the Vedas. They're all coded language. You know coding in electronics and computer science study, the whole thing is coded. So you have to decode it or uncode it. Isn't it? You see the whole computer technology, how it works, everything is stored in zeros and ones. But then the way the coding is done, you know what all it can do. So the whole Vedanta Sutra is actually a coded language. Decode it or uncode it. Volumes and volumes and volumes of information. Important information. Capsule in it. But again, by the mercy of Vyasadeva, who wrote the Vedas, which are very elaborate, consisting from a capsule in the Vedanta Sutra, but for the benefit of the Kali Yuga people, he has further expanded the Vedanta Sutra in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. So it is decoded in Srimad Bhagavatam. Just one more interesting reference, then we get back to the point. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describes in Chaitanya Charitamrita that truth spoken concisely is eloquence. Truth spoken concisely is eloquence. Concisely means very crispy. Aspects less. Not for the sake of cutting it short, tell it short and sweet. And that is sweetness, that's eloquence, beauty. Eloquence means beauty. So truth spoken concisely is eloquence. So this is how the Vedic literatures are presented. Not simply to fill up volumes. No. So, Yamaraj says to Yamadutas, Vishnu Bhakto Smrito Deva Asurastat Viparyaya. Finish. This is demigod, this is demon. Vishnu Bhakto Smrito Deva. Who is a Deva or a demigod? Vishnu Bhakta. Every Vishnu Bhakta is a Devata. Asurastat Viparyaya. Viparyaya means opposite number. Head means tail means head. So opposite number. If I say 0, he will say 1. If I say 1, he will say 0. So Viparyaya. And the demon means one who is not a Vishnu Bhakta. Because you are Vishnu Bhakta, then I am not a Vishnu Bhakta. You are Vishnu Bhakta, so I am not Vishnu Bhakta. It's the demon. So anybody who is not a Vishnu Bhakta, according to the analysis of Yamaraj, not me, please don't misunderstand me. Don't put a FIR on me. You can put a FIR on Yamaraj, no problem. He'll call you then you can attend the case. So, Asurastat Viparyaya. Anybody who is not a Vishnu Bhakta is not going to finish it. That's all. So Prabhupada explains that in Srimad Bhagavatam exposes this fact. There were great learned persons like Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, Kamsa, highly learned in the Vedas. And if you take Hiranyakashipu, the sons of Brahmanas, Kashyapa Muni's son, the Brahmin, whether he is being categorized as even Ravana, so great devotee, highly learned in Vedic knowledge, but he is being categorized as an Asura, demon. Demonic person, be shocked. Because although they have studied Vedas, they were done training in Gurukula, so many things. They perform sacrifices, homas, they undergo vratas, upavasa, all more legitimate than the devotees. Sometimes, within course, more rigidity than the devotee. But they defy the authority of the Supreme Person Lord Krishna. Therefore, they are demons. Sometimes devotees, this we should know with attention. Sometimes devotees are confused. Prabhu, they are so strict in following so many principles, which even sometimes we as devotees are able to practice so strictly. It could be Vrata, could be Upavas, today is Ekadashi. I am surprised because our devotee said the crowd will be today very, very meager for the Ekadashi Vrata. It will cut down by 50%. Doesn't seem that. Because fasting is very difficult. And we gave some kind of Ekadashi, first of all, Khichdi. That was Ekadashi Khichdi. So difficult to eat, you can just imagine it. God, it's very difficult to eat. First of all, Khichdi. What is Ekadashi Khichdi? So difficult to eat. We empathize with all of you. It's very difficult to eat Ekadashi Khichdi. Yes. So you may wonder, there will be those who are not devotees, they can even fast without water. And we are even taking Ekadashi Prasada. Sometimes we go for preaching and people ask, Swamiji, I think you eat only once a day, I think. And then he said, no, we eat 3 times. I eat 3 times. Oh, well, that's all right. So they think, because they can't imagine. Several Swamiji, so that is the understanding. Can you imagine a devotee eating 3 times? Please don't go to the menu or not. It will be very bad. So they can't imagine. And sometimes we have difficulty in rigidly practicing the vratas, which even the karmis can do it better than devotees. The kind of strictness with which they can follow. Sometimes we have seen for devotees, even with so much of spiritual understanding and practice and seriousness, to get up a mangalarti on a daily basis, to attend to a chanting, sometimes becomes difficult. But we have observed many a times there are family people who can get up 3 a.m. in the morning every single day for a certain vrata with an agenda. Because they take the breath to a certain demigod that for next 2 years I'll rise in the morning 3 o'clock and eat and drink little milk and eat some one mushti of anna, all these things they will practice very nicely. So that because my son is 10 standard. So that is 1 year vrata. Then there is 2 year vrata next because BUC 1, BUC first year. Not the kids, the parents, the mother does the vrata. And further to that all these things. Why they are doing the vrata? So he gets highly placed, good marks, good college. And then further it goes on and on, and then there's a mother who goes to temple after temple, do the Guru Seva with wet clothes, rolling and paining and aching, so severely, bruises, and still she endures all these pains. She or he or whoever. Sometimes to get a good wife, sometimes to get a good career. What kind of austerities people can take. But we can't do that for getting Krishna. It's very difficult. One will wonder at this juncture, what is going on? Where are they getting that energy? And why we as devotees are not getting that energy? We have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we have Lord Krishna, we have Prabhupada, amazing, powerful personalities. And our future is already written off, as far as we are concerned. Practical ticket is only in the pocket saved here. The flight ticket is already saved here. It is online, don't worry. If steal the ticket, then do not worry. Already online, Goloka computing is not cloud computing. Goloka computing is cloud computing. So you don't have to worry about that. But all these things, how are they able to practice them so rigidly? When we have sometimes great difficulties, because these people, their fundamental purpose is sense gratification. That is the driving force. That is the driving force. You got a motor, driving force, you got something to propel the motor, driving force. So their driving force is actually sense gratification. Therefore they will perform all these things very nicely. But devotees, their life is completely opposite of a life of sense gratification. A life of self-realization, not sense gratification. A life of sacrifice, not bhoga. So therefore it becomes challenging. So don't have to worry. And let's not get carried away by such kind of things. That they're able to practice it so rigidly, avowedly, don't worry about that. Doesn't matter, you do your best. Pray to Prabhupada and Krishna. Let's do our best. And draw spiritual strength. Now, Even with doing all the vratas and pujas, still just like Ravana was the epitome of all these vratas, austerities, tapasya, Hiranyakashipu, but they're still categorized as demons. You'll be shocked and surprised. Because their goal is sense gratification, number one, for which purpose they defy Vishnu's authority. Because if you accept Vishnu's authority, you have to go now. You have to surrender. You have to follow Lord Vishnu. The demon's mentality is, why should I surrender? Why should I follow? Rather, everybody should follow me. Should surrender to me. If Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam, the demon says, so sarva parityaja mam ekam sharanam. It's correct. Ekam sharanam. Krishna is saying to him, the demon says to me. If I am saying, mam ekam sharanam, it's to me, no? These are the demons live and work. So, the way the devotee derives life's necessities is in a divine way, and the way the demons try to get life's necessities is in a demonic way. This is what I was trying to tell. So how is it? I said I will tell later, so now I will tell that. Prabhupada gives a beautiful example of this cow. This cow gives a miracle, produces a miracle food called milk. So milk is a miracle food. It is designated as a miracle food. So Prabhupada says the civilized way of drawing our food from the cow is by drawing its milk and drinking it. The uncivilized way of deriving our food from the cow is by cutting its throat and drinking its blood and eating its flesh. That is the uncivilized way of deriving the same benefit from the cow. Actually, milk is blood transformed. Milk is blood transformed. So the cow's milk, nothing but the cow's own blood transformed under certain circumstances and situations. An arrangement. Daiva Choditaha, divine arrangement of the Lord. That man at a certain point becomes milk. Just like Prabhupada also explains another very beautiful example. The mother, in same thing in the case of mother also, the blood transforms into milk. Only at the needed hour when there is a child production. The mother gives birth to a child, the same blood becomes milk, transforms to milk. The same mother can't produce milk again later. It's the divine arrangement of the Lord. The same way the cow can transform its blood to milk to benefit the human society. So you can take the milk and become energetic and even become intelligent and even develop finer brain tissues to understand the spiritual subject matter. But if you drink blood, you will become dull, like jara, like an animal. That's all. So those who drink or eat flesh and those who drink blood, then they'll all become jara. First animals they'll become, next they'll become jara, like almost like a stone they will become. I'll just conclude with one or two things toward the end. Recently there was a big debate in the media about usage of eggs, especially in Maharashtra, you have heard. Karnataka was there sometime back, about 2 years back, but in Maharashtra it's a big thing now. So the Chief Minister had denied usage of eggs in the program. Anyway, which is a very good move. Actually, there's a very big analysis done. Egg contains only 6 grams protein. On the other hand, the US egg board, so they created a big board of detectors and scientists to analyze this egg. A big board of scientists to study the egg. See, very good. There's another board of scientists to study the egg. What it is doing, where it is going. Sunday morning, what it will do, what it is going to eat, how it is going to sleep, it is little cold, how will it take protection from winter. They study the egg. And there's a big book on anthology. I'm not joking. It's a big book on ant called anthology. And how the ants like they studied, so studying Krishna's like you got back to God. Krishna says, Janma karma chale divyam, evam yogati tattvataha. Krishna says, Tyaktva deham punarjanma na iti mamiti. So Arjuna, Krishna is saying, if you understand me, my life cycle, Krishna says, you go back to God. These guys are studying the end. It's that same. And the tattva of the end, and the janma of the end, and the karmas of the end. So sad. No wonder why ant population is increasing. Mosquitoes are increasing, no wonder. Anyway, so coming back to the spine. So this egg has got 6 grams of protein. The US egg board, interestingly, has come up with these facts. Further to that, they are saying, on the other hand, boiled lentils, dal, it's got 17.9 grams protein. The black beans, it's got 15.2 grams. The chickpeas which we use, it's got about 14.5 grams. Much higher amount of protein than what one egg can give you. So why do you want to eat egg? For the sake of eating protein. There's no need. And the plant foods, like the vegetables, they have a lot of fiber, vitamins, minerals. The egg has no fiber content, which is very important for the growth of the body. Moreover, egg has more cholesterol. One egg has more cholesterol than the body needs that day. You see? So abnormal limits. Then there is advisory board, Whole Foods Marketing, Scientific and Medical Advisory Board. There's a member, one of the members, by name Dr. Scott. He has done some study and he's saying, this fish is another interesting item. Egg is one interesting item. Right hand is the fish. Cute fish. Aquarium is fine. But we think here is the aquarium. The water is here also. It's all the same. The aquarium out, aquarium in. So Dr. Scott, he analyzed and then he said, the amount of protein nutrition which the fish can give, actually the spinach, what we eat, yellow soap, it is sufficiently and abundantly present in spinaches. So we substitute fish with spinaches. Then, there's one famous item in the West called steak. I can't even describe it anyway. Basically, it is beef, cow's meat. So the analysis is that the calorie which this steak has got, much more than that cabbage has got. These are all facts. You can go to the net and browse all these things. But with one caution, before, in case you plan to browse the net to check out what actually is true or not, before there's one caution which I would like to make. As I said, head means tail, tail is head. Therefore, today the demons have become so expert that they have come up with supporting and even opposing their own views. You will see in internet one set of articles talking for egg, and give all kinds of scientific explanations towards consuming egg, meat, etc. But you'll also find parallel articles against them. So please don't get carried away. So the fact is, these are all very, very sinful and very dangerous. And the analysis is, if we can live by causing no harm or less harm to other jivas, why not live? If you can sustain by not eating egg and fish, why not do it? Why do you want to live at the cost of others? This is a sadist's mentality. To live at the cost of others. It's a sadist mentality. By cutting his throat, I want to be happy. It's a sadist mentality. That's what it means by eating, consuming meat. By cutting others' throat, let me fill up my belly. So that's not a good mentality. Very bad mentality. We talk about humanism. Where is humanism here? It's an eyewash. There's so many socialist movements, it's an eyewash. Where is socialism? Where is humanism? Where is humanitarian consideration? Then they'll say, no, humanitarian consideration is there, but it's not animalitarian consideration. Let them go to heaven. Let the human beings be protected. So that is their analysis. See? Very, very mean mentality. Very mean mentality. Anyway, just for your important reference, if you still continue without taking the note of caution which you have said, be prepared for this. What is that? If you eat non-vegetarian foods, especially egg, you are going to run the risk of 20% risk of cardiovascular diseases, 70% risk of diabetes, 70% risk of prostate cancer, 80%, 10% more. 5 times more increased rate of risk of getting colon cancer, and stop here. So you will think this is Bhagavatam class or it is a Yamaraj class. So please don't misunderstand. This is a fact. In conclusion, how strange it is that people can't spend time to understand these things patiently. It's very strange. It's a very interesting analysis, interesting thought rather. Sometimes it is so difficult to take 2 hours time to chant. But the same 2 hours you can spend for a cinema. How strange it is. 2 hours time for chanting 16 rounds. But 2 hours you can go for cinema, but you don't think that it is taking off by 2 hours. Then, if you say read 1 hour, Prabhupada's book, say some 20 pages, it's very difficult to do that. And you can read a 100-page novel, and it's not difficult for you. So how strange it is. You are reading, but still you can read a novel of 100 pages. You can't read a Bhagavad Gita or Prabhupada's book of 100 pages. If we say, why can't you adjust yourself to accommodate some spiritual activities, coming to temple, spending some half an hour in chanting, some half an hour reading, doing some seva, etc. It's very difficult. We are too busy people. But then when it comes to a function, comes to a party or partying, how many adjustments are we willing to do? How strange it is. Isn't it? Or in the temple, it is, of course, this is just the lighter note. To sit in the front row is so difficult. But then if it comes to a cricket match, you want to be the first row. How strange it is. We send some good emails, good messages, and then we hesitate to share. But it's a gossip message, we don't mind sharing to hundreds and thousands of our friends. So how strange it is. Sometimes good news for the LP preachers. If you say, going to give little money to the Lord, say 100 rupees, it's very difficult. But the same, if you go to a mall, you not even think spending lavishly, how strange it is. So if you think like this, things are very strange. That means you should know we are in Kali Yuga. If you see anything strange, you should know, oh, there should be tubelight should switch on at least that time. Oh, we are in Kali Yuga now. So here we see the demons. Head of Hiranyakashipu is trying to do so much, create so much disturbance, do so much destruction to the devotees. It is very dangerous for themselves. So it's not good for them, not good for anybody. But anyway, this is what their plan. It's only because of the devotees this earth is still existing and some rains are coming. The other day somebody asked a very good question. That there is no yajnas being performed, only demons are there. So how are the rains coming? So the Prabhu said that the Hare Krishna movement is still there in the earth. Performing yajnas day in and day out. You see, some seva for Krishna Balaram is happening there. Sometimes when they are getting ready for the Arati, the yajnas are going on. It's only because of the Hare Krishna movement, the Krishna movement, established by Swami Prabhupada. Actually rains are coming. We are getting grace. Even with all the attacks of the demons, we are very safe and cool, having a nice Sunday Bhagavatam class. It's possible. We continue to have it. Demons may attack, but they can't disturb the devotees' march. Being well protected by the able captain Prabhupada and the owner of the ship, Sri Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We'll stop here. Srimad Bhagavatam.